Hello and welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen and today we're making a soap using this fragrance from Be Scented. It's called Falling in Love and it's a dupe of a Philosophy scent, which I'm not familiar with. All I know is this one, and wow, this smells fabulous. Let me read the scent description to you. It's so nice. It says a delicious sparkling berry scent, sun-ripened blackberries, sparkling jasmine, and sweet vanilla. Doesn't that sound wonderful? And the sweet vanilla is interesting to me because this doesn't have vanillin. So the reviews said it didn't cause discoloration, acceleration. It's supposed to behave very well in soap. Super happy about that. Let me show you the colors that I'm thinking about today. I have Sexy Pink Slippers from Wholesale Supplies Plus and Purple Galaxy Wholesale Supplies Plus. Aren't those pretty? I was thinking of Falling in Love, and I thought these two were really beautiful. Not sure what I'm going to do yet on the inside. I might do some piping on top. This is such a beautiful scent. You know what? I think I am going to do piping on top. And this is going to be a goat milk soap today. I will do the milk and oil method like I do. So I'll pick out my piping tips and come up with a design as I'm pulling everything out. I tend to like to fly by the seat of my pants. Someday I aspire to be a very organized soaper that have all my soap and designs, you know, mapped out and designed. That would be so cool. I admire people that are that pulled together. Not me. So let's get everything ready. It'll come to me. Let's come back and make some Falling in Love goat milk soap. All right, it's additives time. And so I have my goat milk here, which I have water discounted from my lye solution. So I'm going to do the milk and oil method because it's super simple and I love it. And I can still get a really good amount of goat milk in there. So anyway, that's the preferred method today. And now I'm going to add heavy cream powder. Just since this is a milk soap, I think that just really adds some luxuriousness to the lather, and this is such a lovely fragrance that we're working with today. It just sounds really beautiful to me. So that's going in there, and then of course my kale and clay and my colloidal oats. Per usual, 2 tablespoons each. We'll get this all blended up and let them kind of absorb and anchor in here, and then we'll get moving forward. All right, we're back, almost ready to add our lye solution. I have the fragrance off to the side, and I have my colors dispersed in a little bit of distilled water here so that it will blend easier. I've got my piping tips off to the side. It's my Wilton 1M. Sorry, you can't see it. It's just the little star tip that I do most of my rosettes in, and I just want to do a random kind of stars and rosettes top just to go along with this sort of romantic fragrance. One of the things that I looked into, this fragrance has a very high usage rate and it's a very light scent. So I'm hoping it sticks around in this soap, but only time will tell. So for now, let's get our lye solution in here and get this blended up and get on into making soap. I'm going to do a hanger swirl today, and that's pretty much what we've got going on. So let's get to it. It's the next day and ta-da! Look at that beautiful top. I did spritz this with isopropyl alcohol, 91% alcohol, after I got it in the mold and before I put the lid on, so I have not steamed it. And it has just a nice glossy shine, which is from the glitter. And the alcohol does help prevent any dullness in soda ash. So I do that sometimes. I did that here, and the top is gorgeous without steaming. Let's get in here and see how that swirl came out. With the lovely Olga, my multi-bar soap cutter that I just love so much. And I want to talk to you about this, how dark it is in the middle versus here. This went through a nice gel phase last night and it's still sort of finishing off. So as the body of this soap hits the air here and gets some air surface time, it will lighten up to that beautiful creamy beige color. But sometimes when you cut into your soaps, within, 24 hours after gel, they still have a little bit of the gel color left, but that will definitely lighten up. I'm just really anxious to see how these swirls came out. This, pretty. This soap fragrance behaved beautifully. I'm very happy with that. I can smell it today. It's very light, but it's there. It's definitely present. I think I'm going to have some soap patterns also. So again, see how light and beigey cream that is? This color will be that color after it has a little bit of surface air time. Oh, these swirls, so nice. And I've decided to call this soap Pretty, just because I think it's so pretty. And the fragrance is that, and I thought Falling in Love was kind of a Valentine's inspired name, and I may revisit this fragrance during Valentine's, but for now, we're just gonna call this Pretty, because that's what it made me think of. And these swirls, oh my goodness. And they will pop more. As this lightens up, those colors are gonna pop a little bit more. So pretty. See, that's why I was thinking of that. So, let's just keep cutting here and see how the rest of these swirls come out. I know I'm going to have soapy patterns to do at the end of the video because when I do a hanger swirl, I just love the soap patterns. We'll see if we see any fun things hidden in there. Sometimes I see butterflies and like little alien faces. I love soap patterns. This almost looks like hearts. All right, let's keep cutting. All right, let's get into the next loaf. And that top was fun, just sort of random little swirlies and stars. Sometimes the random ones are just so fun and they come out so nice without a lot of forethought. I have found for myself, when I do too much planning, I tend to set the bar like too high and then I get disappointed. But sometimes if I just sort of do a loosey-goosey like this, I'm tickled with how it comes out. And these are just, I think, lovely and pretty and all of that. Not to say that a soap plan isn't a good idea. I'm definitely not saying that. I someday aspire to be a little bit better about having my soaps planned out and the colors picked out ahead of time. But right now I just sort of come down and I have a general idea, and what I normally do is I pick the fragrance that I want to use and then I go from there. It will make me think of colors or designs. That's kind of how I do it. Oh, this is pretty. Not always. Sometimes the design will come to me and then I'll try to find a fragrance that matches it. But usually I'll grab the fragrance and then I just kind of go from there as the springboard. So if you're a soaper, how do you choose your designs? Do you have them all planned out ahead of time? Do you start with the fragrance or the color? I'd love to hear how you all do it. All right, let's get into the last loaf here. So yeah, I want to hear if you all are planners or if you are a fly by the seat of your pants, going with inspiration kind of designer. It's all fun. Look at that. Oh, and that's one of the neat things about soaping too, or any sort of, I consider this an artistic craft, is people's, your personality and your style can come through. And I just love that. For me, this is my artwork. I'm not super artistic in other areas of my life, but this is my artwork, and this is kind of my, I find it therapeutic. I think making soap, the whole process, I love cutting and chatting with you guys. I love the whole beveling and stamping. It's all just very calming, and I just love everything about it. I hope you enjoy watching me do it, because I sure do appreciate you all taking the time to come and watch me do all this, because I'm enjoying it. I hope you are all too. So if you did enjoy today's video, please consider hitting that subscribe button, bell for notification, all that good stuff. And I'm on Instagram too if you haven't found me over there yet. So I'm gonna let these surface area dry a little bit, and then we'll come back in for beveling and stamping and all the good stuff that goes into the soap bars. And thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. All right, it's time to bevel and stamp, but I just wanted to show you how it lightened up on these bars after a little bit. So there they are. Let's get to it.